Who am I? I'm a fighter. A different kind of fighter than you're all thinking of. I learned to be a fighter at a very young age. To understand what I meant and to really know who I am, you must experience my journey. I was born on June 6, 1975, during the Khmer Rouge regime.
Cambodia. To many Westerners, it seemed a paradise, another world, a secret world. But the war in neighboring Vietnam burst its borders, and the fighting soon spread to neutral Cambodia.
I was 1 year old when the Khmer Rouge took my father away from me to work at what is now known as the killing field. Since I was a baby, I began to fight. I fought hunger, malnutrition, illness, poverty, violence. At the age of 2, my father, who never returned home, was assumed dead as we fled the country and headed for safe haven. With no food, no water, and very little clothing on our back, we strive for a new land. My family walked for 2 years, crossing landmine, drinking dirty water, eating whatever we found in the forest or left over from the dead on the side of the road. Sleep wherever there are shades, under trees, stayed at various campsites along the way, still not knowing where we will end up. By sheer coincidence, we are reunited with my father on a fork in the road. He was heading the other directions to go look for us. He had escaped the Khmer Rouge camp. It was my father who had showed us the way to United Nation camp on the border of Thailand.
Imagine there's no heaven. See as if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today.
1 year later, we were sponsored by the United Methodist Church out of Lowell, Massachusetts. They provide my family with food, clothing, and shelter. But before we came to America, we were stationed at another camp in the Philippines, where my parents and I can learn a little bit of English and understanding the way of life in America, which is soon to be our new home. I spent most of my time with the Filipinos jungle tribe, where I learned to survive, eating whatever the jungle has to offer. And yes, I learned to hunt at a very young age as well. Coming to America at the end of the Vietnam War, there was a great degree of misunderstanding and prejudice toward anyone of Asian descent. This is where my new fights begin. I now fight a different fight. I fought prejudice, I fought peer pressure, I fought drugs, and I fought violence, a different kind of violence. I was confronted daily and physically challenged by children and adults alike, telling me to go back to where I came from. I was beaten, duct taped to a telephone pole, and hosed down in the cold. I was thrown into a dumpster and left there overnight until someone found me in the morning. As a result, many of my closest friends sought safety and belonging through gang memberships. Unfortunately, gang activities turned out to be a poor choice, ultimately resulting in imprisonment and unfortunate death of many of my close friends. I, on the other hand, chose after-school programs, sport teams, and martial arts to develop discipline, focus, and self-preservation. I saw what this country has to offer. Through martial art competitions, I have traveled the world and most part of the United States. I am now one of the top coaches in the nation for the fast-growing Olympic sport of Taekwondo. I now fight a new fight. My fight is to create national champions and Olympic team members representing my new country, the United States of America. I fight to become a better person every day, to help others to be and to do their best, to appreciate what they have as opposed to what they don't have. I found my passion in life. I'm a fighter. I fought hunger. I fought malnutrition. I fought illness. I fought poverty. I fought prejudice. I fought peer pressure. I fought drugs. I fought violence. I turned a negative situation into a positive one. I'm a fighter. I fought my fight. What's your fight?
committed no crime and bad mistakes. I've made a few. I've had myself